Come on, boy. Slow down. What's the hurry, huh? What is it, Shiro? Huh?
He couldn't believe his very eyes. Inside the water was a man and a woman stitched together from head to toe. Their skin was completely pale and rigor mortis had already set in. It was evident that they were dead, sewn together, bounded as one. Today's horror manga dubbed narration is Army of One by Junji Ito, but this story wasn't done by an army of one. I'd like to give a very special thanks to Mallory's Outlet for agreeing to offer her voice for this story. I hope you all enjoy, and if you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot.
The two bodies discovered in a pond in this park early this morning have been identified as a couple who had recently gone missing. The bodies were firmly sewn together with what appears to be fishing line. The police strongly believe this is the work of a deviant mind.
That was when my mother came to the door. She said, "Michio! Michio, are you awake? I'll just leave lunch here for you. Michio, how about you go for a walk sometime? It would be a nice change of pace." "Shut up! Leave me alone, Mum." "But Michio, you've been locked up in that room for 7 years now, and you'll be 20 next year." "I said, leave me alone!" "All right, dear, I'm sorry. And also, though, there's a notice for your coming-of-age ceremony and class reunion next year. I'll leave them here with your lunch." Hey there. My name's Michio. I'm introverted and an individual who is perceived by others as quiet and detached. But a class reunion, huh? That reminds me. I wonder what Natsuko Horie is doing these days. Natsuko Horie. She was the only one who stood up for me in elementary and junior high when no one would even talk to me. She was cute and cheerful and popular. She was probably just trying to be nice. But Michio's thoughts were soon interrupted by a noise from the radio.
Come together, everyone, come together. Being by yourself is boring. We're all friends. Reach out from the heart. Army of one. Being by yourself is boring. Let's all hold hands, reach out from the heart. Army of one.
What in the world is this radio broadcast? Totally stupid. How exactly are we all friends? Being by yourself is the only way.
We are all friends. Let's all come together.
The next day, a girl showed up at Michio's estate. "Hello, who might you be?"
Good morning. My name is Natsuko Horie. I went to school with your son. Could I trouble Michio for a moment?
Michio! Michio! You have a guest! It's Natsuko Horie! Will you come down and talk to her? What? Did she say Natsuko Horie? Why would she? I peered out my window. And indeed, it was Natsuko. I couldn't forget that beautiful face from my childhood. But wow, she's really gotten so pretty. Michio, how about it? Or should I just send her home? I'll come down. And so, I was face to face with that beautiful woman once again.
Michio, how have you been? It's been what, like 7 years?
Yeah.
Everyone's been so worried. Ever since you stopped coming to first year of junior high, it looks like you don't get out a lot. How's your health?
Yeah, totally fine.
By the way, I'm helping put together the class reunion in January. We're combining it with the coming of age ceremony. It'd be so good of you to come. Actually, we're meeting at a cafe right now to talk it over. How about you come along? Everyone would love to see you.
Huh? But...
Come on, let's go.
And this was how I found myself at the class reunion. Ah, it's been forever, Michio. Remember me? Noriyuki Sakai. I'm on the reunion committee. I'm Keisuke Kasagi. You didn't forget me, right? I remember you. I remember all of you. I think Natsuko already told you, but we would love it if you come to the coming of age ceremony and the class reunion. You gotta come. You can't stay locked up in your house forever, you know. Hey, Keisuke. Don't say it like that. It's rude. I totally get how you feel, Michio. I mean, once you're done with school, you have to deal with bosses and annoying coworkers and all that. I'd much rather sit and read by myself than be grounded down.
Hey, Noriyuki, don't go saying that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not in front of your future wife. Oh, cool it, won't you, Keisuke? Oh, right. I did forget to mention, Michio. Natsuko and I are actually getting married next year.
Don't say it so loud.
Wow. You are? Congrats. I think I'm gonna head out. Hey, Michio, wait up, will ya? Don't go running out on us. You free tonight? There's this group date, but we're short a guy, and I can't exactly ask Noriyuki. Why don't you come? No. I appreciate the offer, Keisuke, but I'm just not in the mood for that. And as I walked away from my classmates, I noticed there was a commotion over there in the streets. But why was there so many people crowded by the old bridge, looking down into the river? Perhaps it's those people who went missing the other day. This is just gruesome. The police still aren't here, huh? They find the bodies of that murdered couple looking the same way. And so, I peered into the river. Huh? Just like I had heard in the news report from the other night, bodies were stitched together using fishing line. But this time it was a little different. It wasn't just one body. It was in total 6 bodies which lay dead and mangled in the canal. It was a grotesque and horrid sight. Their eyes were forcibly stitched open as if they were never able to truly rest. Who on earth? Why would they do this? But the shock of us all was soon interrupted by the sound of an airplane overhead. It was dropping down all kinds of flyers. They fell toward us all like confetti, and then one fell directly below me. I bent down, picked it up, and began to read. Come together. Everyone, come together. Being by yourself is boring. We're all friends. Let's all hold hands. Reach out from the heart. Signed, Army of One. Later that night, Michio was on his chat board, talking with his friends. They explained that there was a weird rumor going around. It must have been that thing on the radio. The rumor was about murder victims being sewn together, related to the Army of One. Murder victims sewn together, Army of One. But then, he was interrupted by his mother. "Michio, are you awake? The phone's for you. It's Horie. You know, the girl from the other day." Natsuko Horie. Hello?
Michio, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something I want to ask. Actually, it's about Keisuke. He's gone missing. Nobody came home from his singles party the other night.
Huh? What? A few days later, Keisuke Kasagi was found in the mountains far from where he had disappeared. His body was sewn to the others from the group date.
Missing persons all over the country are being discovered one after another as part of a group of corpses. In many cases, people suddenly disappear after meeting in one place as a group. The entire group is then later found sewn together into a single corpse. The facts each time are similar, such as the tight stitching with fishing line. Given that the victims are being found in all regions, the probability that this is an organized crime is...
Michio hopped back on his computer, typing away. He noticed in the chat that it said, "It's a rumor at best. Basically, places of lots of, and everyone who comes together, where people group. Army of One. They'll be talking about it. The media's not touching. Wait, places of lots of people. Ones who come together, where people group. Army of One. That means that places with lots of people are dangerous. I'm wise to stay alone." And so, Michio picked up his phone and began to dial. "Oh, hello? Natsuko, it's Michio."
Oh, hey, what's up?
Actually, it's about the reunion.
Okay, have you decided to come?
No, that's not it. I think it might be a good idea to cancel it.
Postpone?
Well, there's a rumor that whoever's behind all of these disappearances and murders lately is targeting groups. So I think it might be dangerous to have a reunion.
No way, you really heard that?
Well, not like I'm 100%, but...
I should tell you, it's not just a reunion anymore. We're also in mourning for Keisuke. It has to go on. And, Michio, I think you really ought to be there.
You know, yeah, I'll think about it.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Folks, the new year is almost on us, but for tonight, hope you're having a lovely Christmas Eve wherever you are. How are you spending your Eve out there? Next to the one you love? Or partying it up with your friends? Perhaps there's even some of you out there all on your own this year. This next one's for all of you John Lennon. Wishing you a happy Christmas.
Huh?
Gather around, people. Nobody likes a lonely, only everyone's your friend. So, join hearts and sing.
Again, this ad freaks me out.
Army of One. We are an army of one. Everybody join hands now. Everybody join hearts now. Army of One. Army of One. Everybody join hearts now.
The next day,
What in the world?
bystanders couldn't believe it. In the middle of town, bodies were stitched together everywhere. forming circles, hung from trees like Christmas ornaments and garlands, and even sagging out from building windows. It was all the same. Bodies attached together with fishing line.
A scene of absolute chaos here after the horrific events of Christmas Eve. Masses of people nationwide, primarily youths, went missing last night. Their bodies later found strung up. The name of a group has arisen in the connections with the attacks. Previously known for airdropping thousands of flyers at once and repeated broadcast hijackings. They are known as the Army of One. The police and the Public Safety Bureau have launched a joint investigation into the group. At this time of this reporting, they remain a mystery. All that seems for certain now is that the group are targeting crowds in places that might attract them. Look, I don't care how big and organized the Army of One is. How can they possibly carry out crimes on this scale in such a short time and gotten away with it? What's even stranger is that the victims sustained no visible injuries or even signs of a struggle. You can't tell me that every single one of these people went down without a fight. There would seem to be forces at work here beyond our understanding. Think about it. The Army of One is some kind of ship of extraterrestrial origin. It explains everything. In any case, we're all going to have to be extra careful from here on. It's officially no longer safe to gather in groups.
As local councils all over the country canceled and postponed their coming-of-age ceremonies, it was decided that ours would go ahead as planned. They boasted of the strength of their security detail, and after all, the participants themselves wanted it. The ones coming of age. And just like that was the day of our ceremony. Everyone was so happy to see one another, and the security detail was working formidably. But myself, I felt uneasy about it all. I peered, hiding behind a tree. I can't take this. Where is Natsuko? Is she gonna be okay?
Hey, you! What's your business here?
I quickly turned around and started walking away.
Hey, hold it right there! What's your hurry, buddy? Something to hide?
No, I'm just,
You're awfully suspicious is what you are. You're coming with me.
Get off of me! I'm in the ceremony!
There ain't no ceremony here in the dark down by the bushes, pal. Come on then. We're dying to know all about your Army of One buddies.
I said, get off!
Michio, are you okay?
Natsuko!
Friend of yours, ma'am?
That's right, junior high classmate.
Well, sorry for the mix-up, son. But why weren't you in the assembly hall already?
I do apologize, officer. You see, he's very shy. He gets uncomfortable in large groups. He was on the fence about even coming today. But please believe me, he is anything but suspicious.
Ah, I see. Alright then. You better get going, though. The ceremony's about to begin.
Shall we go, Michio?
Yeah. Thanks, Natsuko. You really saved me back there.
Hey, I didn't do anything but come late to my own coming-of-age ceremony. Took forever to get dressed.
But when we arrived into the hall, we were surprised to see that no one was there. It was completely empty, like a ghost town. What's going on?
What?
There's nobody. Where did everyone go?
There's nobody. No way. They can't have No! Ah!
In the blink of an eye, over 500 participants in the ceremony had completely disappeared. There was just no way.
No! Noriyuki, where are you?
Natsuko, calm down, please. Days later, the whole entire class was found stitched together at a local Shinto shrine, hung with that fishing line from the trees, stitched together from head to toe. From that point on, people gradually began to avoid congregating outdoors. They instead retired to their own dwellings and spent their days alone. Couples slept in separate rooms, and mothers wept at the doors of their sons. As for me, I kept in contact with Natsuko. Hello? Is that Natsuko? Just wondering if you were holding up any better. Also, the whole country's in a mess now. They're saying the phones might be out any day. I thought I'd check up on you before anything like that.
Gotcha. Thanks. I'm doing a bit better. I've lost the will to do anything. Now Noriyuki's gone. I just don't see. But God, even if he survived, I probably wouldn't be able to see him. And if networks really do go down, I mean, really, seriously, what's the point anymore? I really hate this. It's so lonely in here. I just don't want to do anything but die.
If you want it, if it's okay, I can come see you. Should still be cool if it's just for a bit, right?
Really? Wow, that would actually be really great. I would really like that.
And so, that's how I planned my meeting with Natsuko Horie. Mom, are you awake? Don't come in! What is it? I'm going out for a bit. Oh, take care. The only thing I wanted was to see Natsuko Horie. I wanted to see her so bad that honestly, I didn't care if we ended up stitched together and dead. The whole place was a ghost town. The only sound I heard was the sound of that plane overhead, spreading more flyers.
All together now, nobody likes a lonely only. Gather around, people. Everybody join hearts now. Everybody join hands now.
I couldn't believe it. I turned around and there was 3 planes overhead. Flyers fell everywhere, but this time, it wasn't the army of one. I recognized those jets. It's the cavalry, the self-defense force. They're using their jets against the army of one. Finally, the government is taking decisive action. Yes, we'll be okay. Get off your asses and win this thing. It's gonna turn out okay. I gotta tell Natsuko. I gotta tell her that. And one more thing. I gotta tell her that I love her. Hey, it's me, Natsuko. But that was when I heard a familiar voice.
Nobody likes a lonely only.
Chanting those familiar lines from the commercial.
Mommy, Daddy, Lily, we are one. Army of one. We are an army of one.
Natsuko!
We're an army of one.
Hey everyone! Thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to my Patreons and YouTube members. Sarah DeJesus, Motosurf, Leo, Basin Animus, and Alleyway. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.